Unorthodox reactions, unorthodox intro. Welcome back, guys, to Unorthodox. It's
Well,
nice to have you
you
guys here
seem
today.
very unsure when I'm quiet. You're like, oh, I
No,
actually
because
have to
I'm
do
like,
this. Oh my
I
God, he's
feel
not saying
like
anything.
it's kind of like the calmer thing because I know I always interrupt you when you're
Yeah,
talking,
and
so I always try and be like pause a little bit just in case.
anyways, guys, welcome back to another Unorthodox Reactions. We are back again with another reaction. Well, you might be wondering what we have behind us.
No, they're not wondering that. Don't worry
Okay, they're
about
not.
it.
I guess they're not. I guess they're not. No,
Today we
this
have
is just my background. It's just my normal
a
background.
Max0r video. I think this is the first time we'll be reacting to Max0r.
Probably.
This first time I'm ever watching his videos, but seems interesting, so we're gonna check it out. You got anything else
Without
to add?
further ado, let's get.
So
I stole your part.
I feel like we disappoint them when we don't do like any jokes or anything at the start.
What do you mean jokes?
I don't know. I feel like we should have like a stand-up routine thing to at the start.
No, I'm ready. Should I
Well,
tell you
when I
about my
say we, I
jokes?
mean you. So you know
All
that's just,
right,
this is
freaking
all
out.
you.
Don't worry. Next video, I'll carry the weight. As always. As always, I will be carrying
Bro,
this
it's
group.
in the contract. We already
It's
agreed to this
fine.
when
It's
we
fine.
started.
I'll
This is
carry
your
the group.
job.
It's
You're
fine. I'm
80% of
sorry.
this channel.
I know. No,
Yeah,
90%.
95 actually, if I'm
Thank
remembering
you.
correctly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And the other percent is the internet.
pretty much.
Right, let's get
Without
right
further
into it.
ado, let's get right into it.
There are spoilers in this video. Yakuza 0 is a
Probably
groundbreaking
change to
business management and
the
unhinged
right screen.
violence.
Hold on.
There are spoilers in this video. Yakuza 0 is a groundbreaking business management and unhinged violence simulator where the player is tasked with the thorough exploration of people's faces using your fists. In this Oriental-inspired entertainment product, it's up to you to beat dastardly criminals nearly to death, manage the economy, manage women as a pimp, do the yoinky-smoky, rank pizza to the illiterate, and so much more. In the backdrop of a murder mystery crime drama incited by rampant real estate speculation, we play as the hard-boiled Yakuza, Kiryu Zabumafu, and Goro Meningitis as they prowl the streets of that weird city from Persona 5. Along the way, doing an excess of justified self-defense money.
Is it a
to spend
Japanese
their
game?
ill-gotten
Yeah, it was
So
Japanese
it's
made,
like
and it's about like the Yakuza as well. It's
so it's
literally called
basically a
Yakuza 0.
Japanese, what's it called? Japanese GTA.
Kind of,
Yeah.
but
essentially.
like no. So the reason why no one compares it to GTA is because in this one, unlike in GTA, you can't really hurt any NPCs, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
pretty much just kind of you can only hurt the enemies, and but then you have like a lot of different activities that you can do, like karaoke and like you can
Okay.
play mahjong and stuff like that. And
Okay.
but for like from what I can see from Maxwell's videos, if you haven't played the game or if you don't have a context of it, you pretty much would have almost no idea what's happening because
So I'm
it
gonna have
goes
no
so
idea what's
quick.
happening then.
I mean, you can probably still catch a couple jokes, but you
Yeah,
probably
because I'm
miss a
so
lot of
smart.
the
Yeah.
context
Yeah, it's because I'm
because
smart. I
obviously
appreciate that.
just goes a lot quickly.
Yeah, that's fine.
gains on increasingly odd
That doesn't make
behavior,
sense.
all in an effort to untangle a sinister power struggle
What
taking
the
place
flip is
within the
that?
silly spaghetti people club, with such esteemed members as the entire cast of Goodfellas and a Sundowner from the Metal Goose series. Of course, innocents will become the crossfire. It's an inclusive game, but whether I was on the stage, getting invested in the plot, performing gentrification, or just watching literal in-game pornography, I was always held at the edge of my seat, wondering what could possibly come
There's
next.
in-game
So despite the
pornography.
darkness and absolute certain
Kind
murder,
of.
it maintains a tonal
Crazy.
dissonance I can only describe as neck-shattering in a way that is always a breath of fresh air. With all this said and done, I invite you to enjoy the bizarre world of Yakuza 0 and the thrilling experience of its dimensional karaoke.
Oh, you said there was karaoke there, innit?
Yeah.
Have you played the game?
No. I've just watched a lot of Let's Plays.
I feel like you want to play the game though.
I do want to, but at the same time, I don't.
Fair enough.
There is no better place to start than with the various methods we employ to atomize people into their base particles. With 2 playable characters and 8 unique fighting styles, there is always variation. And for the blind people in my audience, Yakuza is a beat 'em up in the most literal sense possible, matching the player against absolute Mongolian hordes of strange characters such as goons, bikers, your own Yakuza, men in black, and Chinese men. Don't worry, these delicate hands would never kill anyone unless they don't subscribe. Ring that like button, smash the bell. We attack using a flurry of different, intricate combos to build our primordial rage meter, which we use to cause the real damage in the form of hundreds of completely absurd animations ranging from light jabs to permanent injury and certain death. The beauty in all of this is that, like the beautiful and respectable sounding Japanese language, expulsion of our death resource is context sensitive, with possibly hundreds of different, entirely unique animations, all dedicated to Kiryu's never-ending war on bones. Are you carrying a giant cone? That's an animation. Are you near a ledge on this one level? Well, not to worry. Or maybe you just have a box. Serve that shit up faster than FedEx. Every single takedown is this gratuitously violent. But don't worry, neither of our characters canonically kill anyone. We just give them lifelong disabilities that are worse than death. Since I'm feeling generous, let's talk about exactly how. Playing as Kiryu Kazoo, our fighting styles consist of the Brawler, a classic, fast-moving fighting style focused on replicating the police experience. Rush Hour, a quick attacking and dodge-heavy moveset well-suited to cowards. And Monkey Mode, which instantly adds several hundred pounds of muscle mass that you then have to drag around. It's not very good. Switching to our next character, Pirate Captain Goro Majima gives us the
Goro!
funky styles. As a thug, we have a wide range of generic moves and the fucking neck-snapping power. I don't think they're going to get back up. As a breakdancer, yes, a breakdancer, we sacrifice
Wait, did you
takedowns for
just snap the
style
neck
in
of
the
a
most
geisha?
absurd and flashy way possible. And as a
I was
slugger,
running.
we
I was like,
cheat
what
by
is he
pulling
doing?
out the fucking baseball bat and wield it like nunchucks.
Oh, is he
letting us hit
describing each
quite hard
character?
and exploit every boss in the game.
Is he describing each character?
It's kind of just describing the role of like because you play as like 2 characters in the game. So
Okay,
you
okay.
pretty much kind of switch in tandem, so it kind of fits with the story.
Oh, okay.
And so you play as one character, and then when you get to a certain point, the story switches to
Yeah, you
another character.
switch it. Okay,
And
cool,
then
cool.
you see like the story play out from both sides, and then it gets to the
Yeah,
point where both of this story intertwine, and it all makes sense.
yeah.
Like,
Makes
I
sense.
guess unnecessary, but
No,
yeah,
but like
you get
they
the
come
point.
together as one,
Yeah, okay,
and
yeah.
they hold hands in marriage. Oh, look, my arm disappears. No arms.
You know why? Because you
Why?
got KD as the left man.
Yo, KD's a beast. Cream KD.
He just can't do anything. On top of this, there are 2 secret fighting styles normally completely inaccessible to the player, and unfortunately, the process for their acquisition is very interesting. One might say physically painful. As early as Chapter 7, you're given the business opportunity of establishing a whore monopoly, and Majima takes it with great enthusiasm. To unlock the final fighting style, we will have to run our cabaret club well enough to unseat the 5 prostitution daimyo of
What just happened
Japan.
there? I was
It'll
gonna
be a
say.
fun side quest, I told myself, just like Oblivion. That's a fun game. There are many ways to run a high society cabaret club, like abuse, but a true manager of a great establishment has many factors to consider. Contrary to popular belief, all women are different, but like the caste system, all people can be classified. Our objective is to keep the customer as happy as possible by balancing our women's specializations. Some girls are cute, others are great at conversation, and some are skilled. Akina has a degree in bio.
Yeah, this is literally a whole function in the game, by the way. You have to manage a cabaret bar and look at the different girls' stats and like their good points, their bad points, and how well they're performing, where you can be.
See,
This is
that's
like
so complicated. Like
it
for
has
me,
no, because like it has games within the game, which is what's cool. Because then there's always something for
yeah,
you to do, even after the story plays out.
yeah.
So it has like a lot of like playability as well, which is
I
what
just,
a lot of people like about it.
me, just a
Bro, this
simple
guy's never
guy.
played any game outside of 2K, so
No,
he's
I
not
have,
joking.
I have. That's the thing. Don't you dare do that. I have, but it's just so complicated
He's one of those
to
guys.
do.
He says he has, but I
what?
bet you ask him, the other game is probably like FIFA or something, or
No, okay. I
WWE,
play FIFA. I play
or
WWE.
NFL.
Okay, cool. But I played I played Spider-Man. I've
When?
played. What do you
Which
mean
one?
when? not the Miles Morales one, the other one that came out before it.
Which one? What's it called?
I forgot. I don't remember. I
See,
bought
yeah,
the
he ain't
disc.
played it. He
I
ain't
did
played
play it though. I did play it though.
it.
I had the disc and everything. I bought that. I played GTA obviously. Um,
Obviously.
I've played Fortnite a bit. Not a massive fan. What else have I played?
When? How
When did I
long
play
ago? When
Fortnite?
was this?
This is like in lockdown, obviously.
I've never seen you play Fortnite in my
Yeah,
life.
because you're not freaking my guy, are you?
Wow. See, this is how
Mm,
I know he's lying. We
mm.
lived in the same house for 3 years. I
And you
never
never
seen him
saw
play
me play
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Not
Did
once
I
have
see
I
you
ever
play any
seen
of
him
the
play
games you
Fortnite.
played? I didn't
Yes.
see. No, I
Yes,
didn't.
you did.
Dude,
I know for a
bro,
fact he did because you
for the
walked
for
in a
no no
couple
no
of
for the
times while I
two
was playing games and
years
you're like, shouldn't you be revising?
for the 2 years for 2 years there was 3 years we lived together. The first year you were a no man's land,
Because I was
which is
older at the time.
yeah exactly, which is when I played
But to be
Fortnite.
fair,
So
I had my own room to myself. So,
Tammy
you know,
hair, everyone
I
had
had my
their
own
own
floor.
room.
I had my own floor is
Everyone
what I
had their
mean.
own room.
I had my own floor because the third floor was all mine. All right.
Why are you saying it like it was like a freaking
It was
three-story
it was a
building?
3-star hotel floor. It was the suite of the house.
No, it wasn't. It was just a normal freaking hotel floor. Come on, man.
It was basically a renovated attic.
So yeah,
Medical engineer.
I mean, yeah,
So
I've
you
played other
still
games.
talking?
No, I play it's fine. You don't have to listen to me. Carry on doing what you're doing.
Poor
It's fine.
patrons, like
Don't want to
me,
listen
have
to me.
very low
Rude.
expectations and can be pleased with rubbing rocks together, while wealthy patrons have refined tastes like physical and mental abuse. Every employee has their limits, and it's up to you to stretch them as far as possible. Truly, we are the Bezos of Cabaret. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be attending the poor people hunt. Of course, as a proper host, it's up to you to attend to every customer, whereupon things go from relaxing to batshit. Every time you wait a table, you'll receive a cryptic hand signal from the girl, which tells you what the customer desires. And if you want to please them, you better remember all of them. What the fuck are you trying to say? I don't. I'll be back with a gun. And just in case this wasn't painful, every time you go to a new table, the game will throw a fucking flashbang. So over the course of
What?
a never-ending grind, I was given the most painful migraine I will ever get in my life. This screen and this music inspire my killing urges. By the way, this game is a beat 'em up. So to conclude our cabaret adventure, our reward is the Mad Dog style, which allows you to wield a knife and sprint at fucking breakneck velocity, striking your foes like a cracked up Doberman and unlocking takedowns that straight up kill people. Oh fuck, that looks pretty sharp. Anyways, good luck. Playing with the knife style is absolutely an experience, one that I would never repeat ever again. So when I heard that unlocking the other secret style involved 8 hours of the real estate quest, I promptly had a PTSD attack.
What did it say? When the Chinese what?
Wait, what?
Here
Did
you
I
go.
miss
What
it?
did it?
Oh,
Quest, I promptly had a
I
PTSD
completely
attack.
missed it. The Chinese tourist realizes that the souvenir they bought from America was made in China.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious.
Kiryu is going to have to do without the poopy farto style. I have a fucking fish to feed. Take my advice. Yakuza 0 has a lot of side content, and if you happen to be a completionist, stay away, or you might just be locked in the Facebook game for 3 days. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be spending the rest of my day betting on
I think
domestic
there's like
violence.
7 of this in the series, by
Why
the
are there so
way.
many naked women?
You know, when
That's
I
the
first
whole
played
part of
this
the game.
I expected brutal
Oh, yeah, I'm
combat.
trying
I
to play that game.
expected silly takedowns, but what I didn't expect was the hour I spent with the claw machine.
They have crane games
I don't think
in
I
the
need
game
to play pool
too.
for 3 hours, but they just put it in. And let me tell
See,
you,
look, I
nothing
told you, they have
sells the
so many
fictional world of Japan
activities.
better than a
So what,
good
you just
night on the
play pool
town.
for
So at this
hours?
point, I started
Yeah.
wondering what
That's
kind of game.
hilarious.
It's kind of like, you know
That's,
how,
that's gonna make you lazy. You just be like, yo,
honestly,
you want to shoot some pool? Yeah, cool. Yo,
let's go
hop
into
on
the
Yakuza.
game of Yakuza. Like, you know how in GTA San Andreas, have you played that?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah, I played it. Was
But you
it?
know,
No, was Vice City was the one I played on P2.
on P2,
Yeah,
was
it was
that
Vice
Vice City
City.
or was that Liberty City?
I
Because they
think it was
both came
Vice
out
City.
on P2, I think.
I think it was Vice City. I played San Andreas at my friend's house, so I didn't have the game.
Hmm. But what I was gonna say was kind of like how in San Andreas, you can do a lot of activities and stuff.
Yeah, you can do that
But
on The new one as well. Not the new one. The
But GTA 5.
6-year-old one. Yeah, you can do that as well.
Yeah, but I don't think they have like a lot of
You could do
activities.
tennis. You can do tennis. You can do golf. You can do. It's lit. It's low key lit.
Is is it though? I'd never
Yeah,
tried that.
it's
I
lit.
just
It's
kind of
lit.
ignored that
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
GTA
yeah,
5.
yeah. When you're like, you can go with. I think his name's Michael, or whatever his name is. You can go play,
Michael.
yeah, tennis with him. Oh, with him, or go play golf, and it's quite cool. Like to see that they implemented different. Like, obviously, it's not like if it was a tennis game. It's not that good. Do you get what I mean?
So
But
for
it's
some reason, all of a sudden, you just sound like you were reviewing the game.
yeah, no, it's quite cool to see the concept of like being able to play golf in a game that's not a golf game.
Just turned
I
into a
really,
game
I
review for
really
no
want them to
reason.
implement it like some basketball and then put some 2K dribble moves in there as well. And really, that's what I was trying to get on. Since we're on the topic, that's the whole point of this 2K thing.
Mm,
Because I think
mm,
2K should go into like the way they're already making the next gen, they should just go into
mm,
the realm of making it into open world and just
mm.
make it like you're professional and you're living your everyday life and you go to practice, you go home, you go to meet your family and whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like a free world. You can drive your car around that you earn with your real or your with your in-game money. I think that would be so cool. Obviously, like I think those are the type of games that have people playing for hours, like Yakuza,
Mm,
like and GTA have people playing for hours. Do you get what I mean? Like it's so
mm.
cool, like because people just sit there and do things they wouldn't do in their normal day,
Right.
like
Yeah.
freaking fly cars and shoot people, and but then some people go and shoot people in their normal day as well. But
So from what I'm hearing is that your idea that you're trying to put forward is to basically combine GTA and
Mhm.
2K into one
Mhm,
game so
mm,
that you can go shoot people, but then when you
mhm.
get tired of it, you can come out of that and go straight into living your baller's life.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you get caught shooting people, then the NBA can ban you for like a year or something like that. Then you have to
Mm,
be playing street ball, and it would be so cool if you like had a whole life that you started at like 16 or something,
mm,
17, and you went to high school in the GTA realm. It would be like a GTA type of like. I think that's the future of gaming. I think the future
right,
of
yeah.
gaming would be like GTA, but everything implemented. So like it would be like FIFA and it would be like all
Interesting,
those
interesting.
things. It would
Mm.
be. I know you're trolling right now with you.
No, 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 no. As a representative of 2K, I can guarantee that all these feedbacks would be put into consideration.
No, I genuinely think that would be such a cool idea. Though. I genuinely think that would be
It
so
would
cool.
be cool, but I don't think that's happening because
Yeah,
it will take a lot of work
very
to make
hard
that
as well.
happen.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Plus,
it's
they
very
already
hard.
have like games that are like dedicated to those things
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
So you
And I think,
having it in one game wouldn't work as well.
bro, it would be crazy. You know how expensive they could charge that for one game, and people would pay
That's
for it.
also another thing is most people wouldn't. There would be people
No,
that pay for it, but most
no, a
people
lot of
wouldn't.
people would because you think about it, if you can get like the experience of like GTA, the experience of playing FIFA or football professionally, playing 2K basketball professionally, and it's all like one world where you're individual, you can control one person and you can go into anything
Bro,
professionally.
you're thinking freaking this is probably
It's
like
like
30,
the
50 or
metaverse.
something, bro.
Yeah, but it's like the metaverse, in it, but in a video game sense. Do you get what I mean? Because the metaverse is like you have your avatar and you go live your life in an alternate universe. Sorry, innit?
Excuse you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So in an alternate universe, but imagine that, but with like a gaming thing basically, and it's not like the metaverse where you have to do that. I think that would be quite cool.
Well, guys, you've heard it here first. Tune in next week to the Unorthodox podcast, and where we will be discussing another topic. All right, let's get back to the
Sorry about that,
video.
guys.
I'm actually playing. It turns out that Yakuza 0 is a lot like reality. You always need more money, mostly for upgrades where you inject money directly into your arms and collect every vaccine. But secondarily, healthcare never comes free. So every time you take damage, you're gonna have to consume to fill the void inside, or alternatively, carry thousands of dollars in medicine. There is no limit to juicing. It's no exaggeration to say that Yakuza's difficulty depends entirely on how much of a Sigma male you are. Kiryu might not get any pussy, but he is getting paid. You might think that Love the homeless is the way to go, but that is for babies. If you want to make the real dough, you'll have to risk it all on gambling. More specifically, betting on scantily clad women beating each other half to
Oh
death.
yeah, this
And
is
because of
another
the
part of the
copyright
game
music and
too.
interesting visuals, putting this in my video represents me betting my real income. Majima, however, never has money problems because his cabaret pays him several billion yen. The entire plot of the
God.
game happens because we're fighting over 1/10 of that. So it's a shame that I lost all of it. Yes, all 10 billion of it, because I was robbed by a man with fucking orangutan strength. This is Mr. Shakedown, and
That's
if you ever encounter him,
hilarious.
run. It doesn't matter how much you have. It doesn't matter how long you've spent getting it. If you lose to Mr. Shakedown, he will take all 10 billion of it and then disappear to somewhere. So if you want a cent of that back, you better go find him eventually. That's pretty bad. But like all human suffering, this can become a business opportunity. You see, Mr. Shakedown is actually a form of banking. Whatever amount he robs from you, the game will add 15% more, meaning if you're up for the challenge of defeating Harambe, the returns are worth it. At least with this method, your money doesn't vanish into the void. Of course, that isn't always a bad thing. There's a lot of places to spend our money, and most of them are fun. A little too fun, actually. I don't want to have to read the fucking phone book to play some goddamn Chinese solitaire. Tabletop Simulator, never heard of it. The only game I
Yeah,
play
like
is
literally from what I heard from the game, they literally I think they don't really give you the full, because for them to give you the full rules of Mahjong would literally just take a whole tutorial video. So
Yeah.
they just give you like a little bit of an explanation, and it's up to you to just figure out how to play the game. And it's
Oh,
like
okay.
the real game that they play in real life. They didn't like simplify it for the video game or anything. It's just
Okay.
like the real game just put into the game of Yakuza.
Oh, fair enough. That's
and
cool.
escalators. What I'm trying to say is, this is a rabbit hole. A good
Correct me
one.
if I'm
My
wrong,
personal
guys.
favorite was getting addicted to the bowling
No,
mini game
guys,
and
let
then
him be
winning the
wrong.
chicken. Who
Let
cares
him
as a
be
financial
ignorant,
advisor?
guy.
Yakuza is not meant to be questioned, and that isn't even the wackiest game. That honor goes to the phone dating, which takes the form of a shooter. Yes, like Call of Duty. To win a date with the girl of our dreams, we are going to have to pick the right responses from a wide variety of options, most of which are insane, like inviting a girl to fight a marsupial. For some reason, women don't like that. But the best possible outings lean heavily on this game's amazing soundtrack, which features a number of beautiful karaoke themes, stylish disco tracks, and
Bro,
stellar
they put
emotional
work into
ballads.
this
I am, of
game.
course,
That's
talking
what I'm
about the
saying, bro.
karaoke
It's
and
so
the
lit,
dancing,
though.
which are both incredible in
people
their
are
style and
definitely
creativity. They are so out there, so truthful,
enjoying the
and
game.
sound so good that I
Mm.
just couldn't get enough of it. In short, they're everything a dance should be. This scene tells me more about Majima than an entire Hideo Kojima script. Kiryu has never killed anyone, but let me tell you, this man knows how to murder a dance floor.
主役になりたいのよ恋のディスコに道化師じゃ悲しいのよ脇役僕はにステージに乗りたいのよあなたが
Are we gonna get copyrighted for this?
Probably. That's why we're dancing, in case I have to
And
mute
yet,
it.
that's not even half the fun, because Yakuza 0 contains an array of interesting, meaningful, and necessary side quests, which allow the player to engage in a variety of small stories, ranging from pizza delivery to replacing a phone battery. That one's a little boring. You can even roleplay as a Persona fan by following a child around the city.
Oh,
And
no.
These quests will have entirely unique fights and challenges, accompanied by complex moral judgment and logic puzzles. In one instance, I was given the task of infiltrating the cult of Munancho Hept Onas,
Oh, yeah, I
whereupon
remember
I had
this
to learn the
one.
practice of Shurapipi, the acquisition of Kulipas, and the greeting of Munancho, at which point the game tested me on their exact definitions. I promptly beat their leader to death. In another instance, Kiryu teams up with the famous movie director Steven Spinning, known for his hit film Indian Jeans, to complete a music video with famous international pop star Miracle Johnson. I was hired to beat the
Michael
extras to death.
Jackson.
Now that I think about it, every side quest ends with a trip to the hospital, except for the pizza one. That ends in love. It's not delivery, it's too short. No, this stands in stark contrast to the actual plot of the game, which is played completely straight. Taking everything I've said before into account, you might think this is weird, and sometimes it is. One day, you might be saving a helpless blind woman, and the next, abandoning her so you can play Idolmaster for several days. I'm sure that she'll be just fine. But funny anecdotes aside, there is an abundance of real drama and emotion here. Of all the things I expected this game to be, sad was not one of them. Neither did I expect a believable love story or the murder mystery. This game is downright determined to constantly surprise you, even if it has to stop making sense. In Majima's story, we are sent to kill a buff Chinese man before fighting him, teaming up with him to save the innocent, and then fighting him again, but I changed my mind. This exact arc happens with 3 separate characters, and that's just Majima's story. In fact, despite the game being called Yakuza 0, Kiryu leaves the family in Chapter 1.
So he's
Then
not
he fucking
Yakuza
rejoins it.
anymore.
Every antagonist has so much goddamn personality that you just don't know when you're gonna be friends with them. Every man is vying for power and control, but each does it for their own distinct reasons. Wano is a Genshin Impact player who only desires money and women. Kuze is a boxer who wants to fight a lot.
These are
Shibusawa
the
is
different
obsessed
Yakuza
with power,
bosses.
and Nishitani is the Joker. Enemies become friends, friends become enemies, and Kuze will not leave me alone. The only character who's actually not interesting is essentially Chinese Spider-Man.
That's so rude. He looks interesting though.
Holy
He's
shit,
not.
whose defining feature is that he's ugly. Unless you played the Chinese version of the game, then he's weirdly handsome and also on the cover. But even when
That's
playing in the most
hilarious.
serious of circumstances, the game still catches you off guard. A tense deal with a Yakuza boss can change seemingly at random into a ridiculous combat encounter fighting 90 enraged apes. Or in the case of Majima, a visit to the CIA becoming a fever dream in which you have to fight the buff cross-dressers. The game cares more about good gameplay and
Okay.
fun story than actually making sense. It's quite refreshing. When Yakuza gets serious, it really means something, and when it's being silly, it's absolutely cathartic. Everything has impact, unless it's a gun. We haven't killed anyone, by the way. All in all, Yakuza is more true to life than any other game I've ever played. Not by making sense or being realistic, but emotionally. At the beginning of this game, Kiryu is just kind of a cool buff guy, but after exploring his friendships, seeing him have fun, and just interacting with people, I realized that this is much more. So when things take a bad turn and we're at our lowest point, you really feel it, more than almost any other game. Yakuza is about life, with all the beautiful ecstasy, awful tragedy, and everything in between. Fights are never just fun in Yakuza. They can be comedic, cathartic, or just really goddamn cool. Activities make you feel like a part of the world, and every cutscene is filled with emotion and personality. When I first played, I thought that Yakuza was all over the place, that it
He's
was
bigging up this
somehow
game.
messy. But now I realize that
Bro, the
life
game is
is
that
fucking
good.
messy, and
Have you played it?
that's okay.
No.
I want to thank all
Okay.
Oh yeah, you
wait,
said you
let
haven't
him
the
played
finish.
it.
the bosses
Let
who
him
are
finish.
using my channel to launder money, kind of like a pizza joint in New York City. If you want to contribute towards the channel and facilitate all of our questionable activities, then I
Patreon.
recommend taking a look at my Patreon down below. Thank all of you
We don't
for
need to-
watching
Yeah,
and
that's it.
waiting, and of course,
Yeah.
don't try to escape.
Dame, 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 dame. But yeah, so basically, I have played it, but I haven't finished it. So I think I played like maybe 5 or 6 hours of it. Okay, he asked the question and now he's not even listening. You're not even doing it right, but okay.
Go on and do it. Teach us.
Dame, dame, dame.
Okay. Yo, we are recording long ass videos lately. What the
Bro, I'm
flip is
sad. We
wrong
just
with
talk-
us?
I think we're doing the podcasting on here now.
Oh my god, dude, we talk way too much now. All right, then let's chill.
Bro, you would think we don't have a podcast the way we're talking on here.
Literally, bro. Freaking hell. All right, guys.
Anyway, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like we did talk a lot in this, to be fair,
Yeah, we
but
did.
hopefully you guys were entertained
Yeah,
regardless,
hopefully we were entertaining you while you were cooking
or
or doing whatever you were
doing
doing.
whatever, you know.
Yeah. You just instead of Netflix and chill, Unorthodox reactions.
Sure. Like, comment, subscribe, notification for all the good stuff.
Remember, instead of Netflix and chill.
Comment reaction suggestions below, and we shall see you in the next one in a bit.
Oh, let me do mine. You snake.
Nope, too late.
If you're still watching, we appreciate you.